Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Roberto for those that are new here, and you're watching this video because you've either got a Streetfighter or you want to buy a Streetfighter and you're doing your research to find out what parts and what people say about things and reviews and stuff like that, or you secretly fancy me. So it's, you know, I do get a lot of love mail come through, and it's mainly from the men. Shame it's not the women, but anyway. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at a system that a client's ordered. We've got it, it's just come in, and we're going to be fitting it later on in the week. So I thought it'd be a good side note to our Streetfighter project where we've put the Termi Quattro Usci there, exhaust. So the one with the four, you know, two at the bottom, two at the top. This one, we're fitting the customer's request to the Termi. The code name is D1993478, bunch of random numbers. So, but everyone knows it as the D199. And the reason a lot of people go this system for is that it's black. It's a slip-on system, has two cans, similar to the Acro system, but it's black. And if you own a stealth black Streetfighter, it's kind of a really good option to go. So we're just going to show you guys and girls out there how the system sort of, you know, works, what you get in the kit, and we're going to run through sort of, you know, the similarities to the Acro, and also the differences from, say, the full system to the slip-on system. And, you know, is it worth sort of saving a bit of money, or is it better to go a full system, and to see, you know, the differences that it's made to the end user, the customer who's actually forked out the money for it. So before we go any further, however, we're going to do a comparison in noise. So we'll start this bike up. So this bike was dropped off from the owner probably about 3-4 hours ago, so it's still fairly warm. Here in Perth, Western Australia, we've got a massive heat wave. It's about 40 degrees like every day for the last sort of, you know, 3-4 weeks. That's degrees Celsius. So for those people in different parts of the world, I know you guys run Fahrenheit, it's probably like 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit because you like inflated numbers. So we're going to start this bike up just to hear what the stock system sounds like. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, the stock system actually sounds really good. And if you wanted to really save some money and still be kind of coolish, I would just paint that bottom cover in black, which I know a lot of people have done, and then leave the silver exhaust port. I think it looks really cool, and it's probably one of those systems that you could leave stock standard and get away with it and still be cool. Kinda, but you'd always know you'd have a stock system, and people in the know you got a stock system. So you really want, you know, an aftermarket system, because let's face it, you buy a new bike, you put an exhaust on it. That's kind of the way it goes. And also, I don't know if everyone's heard of this rule, but I think it's a rule. Every new bike means you have to get a new helmet as well. So that's another rule. All right, so we're gonna start this one up. We're gonna hear it run stock, and then at the end, we're going to hear it with the Termi system. And then what we're gonna also do, I better turn this off because I'm talking a bit more, it'll probably go flat. We're gonna do a sound off between our Streetfighter build and obviously this Streetfighter to see what a full system and a slip-on system sound like. The differences side by side in the same spot, so you're getting the same, you know, clarity of noise. And I don't think it's been done anywhere else in the world, except for probably Termi in Italy. They've probably done it, I'm sure, and probably millions of other people have done it. But I'm going to be the first in my little pool. Anyway, let's start her up. All right. Yep, starting. How do I turn these on again? Okay, actually, I take that back. It's got like a deep sort of idle, but as soon as you rev it, that ran, that's, yeah, not cool. No, I take that back. I've misled everyone. I apologize. I'm wrong. This needs an exhaust. So we're going to do that for the client. And yeah, that's not that great. It's okay, that sort of, you know, the initial idle, but as soon as you give it, it's pretty crap. So anyway, let's go get this one set up, and we'll sort of show you what the kit comprises and what needs to be done, and we'll start fitting it all up. We've also got a couple of extra little CNC parts that we're going to be fitting to it as well, because the customer walked into our showroom and couldn't help himself. And there's a couple of things that you need to have. They're not sort of wants, you need them. All right, anyway, I'm going to shut up. Let's go set up. So we've got the Termi system unboxed with all the bits and pieces that you get with the kit. Here's a little video of like a slow-mo of what you get in the kit. So you can have a look at that while I'm talking and sort of entertaining myself. Yep, that's kind of, yep, okay. Yeah, you see it, cool. All right, so we need to fit this onto the bike. A few things to mention that people may get unstuck with their Streetfighter is one of the biggest things you need to make sure when you order a kit like this, because it comes with the upmap, the T800 plus, it's bigger and it's got carbon fiber on the unit, plus, is the actual, the data cable. You need to make sure that you've got either Euro 4 or Euro 5. So we've spoken about this in my previous episodes. Euro 4 is yellow plug and Euro 5 is red plug. You need to make sure you get the right plug. Do not rely on your VIN or the year of your Streetfighter, because different regions, different areas might be a 2021 but still get Euro 4 and vice versa. So you need to know the exact pin that you have, so when you order it, you don't get the wrong pin. So this is a red one. This is, it's actually Euro 4, so this is the wrong pin. But that's okay, because I've got heaps of the right pins, so it's all right. You know, I'm a dealer, not a drug dealer, but a dealer. Yeah, just make sure we get that straight. So yeah, otherwise you'll get everything and you'll be like, oh, and it won't click, and then you're gonna have to wait to order another one of these, and you're gonna have tears, and you're gonna be upset because you're gonna have a bike that, you know, it'll kind of run, but engine lights and it'll run like crap. Anyway, so yeah, you need to make sure you get that. Now, the kit comes with the cans, the upmap, the Sprint air filter, which is cool, all the little nuts and bolts that you need, the instruction manual, which, going on my previous sort of, you know, Termi experiences, it's a great manual, but the pictures are kind of useless. So my tip for that is go on the internet and see if you can download the color version, so you can actually see if you don't know what you're doing. So if you have a look at that, they're all like black and white, and they're like, I think it was printed by like a dot matrix printer. So it's really granulated. You can't really make out sometimes, and you're kind of reading the broken Italian English, and you kind of, so yeah, bit of a tip, get like your iPad or whatever, or your laptop next to you, and you can actually read it in full color, and we'll give you more of an idea of how to install it. So the other point to mention is they come fitted with baffles. The owner has asked me to remove the baffles straight away, so we're going to remove them. When you do remove them, make sure you keep them aside, because you might need to put them back in. It might be too noisy for your delicate soul to handle, and it's no, knock at anyone. Sometimes these can be like crazy loud that the baffle just takes that sort of sharpness away. So just make sure you hang on to them if you are going to take them out. So yeah, so that's basically what you get in the system. And we're going to be fitting this very, very soon. It's not going to be a full how to do it. The instructions are there. We're just going to go through if there's any sort of, tips and tricks in sort of, if we notice something's a bit harder to do, we'll explain how to do it. But anyway, let's go fit it all up. All right, well, the system's off. We followed the Termi instructions. Again, they're really bad. The pictures are just awful. It's just like black with a few sort of highlights here and there. So please, 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 I know I keep saying it, download the PDF version and view it on a screen. It's so much easier. All right, so the system's off. You should, if you've done it correctly, you should have a massive hole here where the muffler used to fit. You do have to undo the rear manifold bolts to loosen it up. You've got to remember, you've got this vertical pipe and then you've got a horizontal pipe, and unless you undo the manifold to give it a bit of slack, it's going to be really hard to come off. Also, one point, which I don't know why Termi don't have in their manual, or instructions I should say, is you need to take the bracket off here, which holds the muffler. It's got like a tab that goes through, and put their system in. So realistically, you should loosen the rear sets both sides. It just gives you a lot more sort of slack to take off the muffler, so you're not really having a lever on it and bash it and to get it off. So yeah, so if you've done it properly, you should have here. I'll show you over here. Let me give me a sec. All right, so you should have here on the floor. We've got the stock system. So we've got the manifold, the muffler, we've got the exhaust stepper, and then we've got the covers. So if you've done it right, all these parts should be off the bike. So the next part now we have to do, let's just put this back on, is we have to fit the exhaust on. So let me just get back in front of the camera. So we have to fit the exhaust on. Big thing, if you are removing the baffles, do that now. Don't wait till the system's on and then go, oh, I've got to take the baffles off, because it's going to be a pain in the ass to do. So I'll just quickly show you. So Termi has their two 4mm Allen key screws. Baffles fall straight out. This is one of probably the only systems I've ever seen where they actually have put oil so they don't get sort of stuck in there, and they literally just go like, and they fall out. So that is awesome. And then you've got the full power, or the full holes for the exhaust system, which is what the client wants. So yeah, so we're going to start fitting these up now, and then we'll move on to the next part. So yeah, let's go do that. So it's all fitted up, as you can see. We've put the cans on, everything's lined up, the carbon fibre front covers on both sides. Probably the only point of interest I'd probably like to add is Termi tell you to do this side can first and then the other side second in fitment. I sort of started doing that, but saw if I did that, there's a good chance I could scratch the inside of the right-hand side can. So I fitted the left-hand side first, then did the right-hand side. Everything sort of mounts up, the way it should do. But standing back and just having a look at it, it actually looks, yeah, I think for a black stealth Streetfighter, I'm going to come in and yeah, show you guys a little bit more. I think it looks really, really good. It's yeah, you've got the twin, outlets on the twin cans. Being black, it's sort of hidden away. You've got the nice carbon fibre front cover on both sides. So yeah, I think for the stealth black Streetfighter, it's a pretty cool combo to go. I'm really impressed, to be honest. So we're at the next stage, so we're going to do the up map. We've got it on charge. We've had it on charge for the last 45 minutes, so we're going to have no issues there with battery. We also did for the client the Ducati Performance heel guards, which I think look nice, CNC frame caps, and then a couple of other caps. We still have to do the side pads that the client wants fitted. And then after that, we're going to do the whole verses. So the 4 exit exhaust and obviously the D1993678, whatever the serial number is, system. So we'll see how they both compare in sound, and also how this compares to the stock sound that we heard before. So let's go upload the up map. And before we go any further, so the up map that we're using for this is been made specifically for the kit. So it's got the slip on. You can choose baffles in or baffles out. We're going to do baffles out because we've got it out. But the other thing we have done, which I forgot to mention, is we've changed the filter to the Sprint air filter that's supplied in the kit. If you need to know how to do that, I'll link it in the comments. A couple of past episodes. Streetfighter is probably one of the easiest bikes to swap the air filter out. So anyway, enough talking from me. Let's do the up map so we can hear it, because I really want to hear it to see how good or bad it sounds. So let's see. Well, we're at that moment now. The moment where we start it up, hopefully it sounds heaps better and everyone's happy, and then when the owner gets his bike, he'll be like, oh my God, it's amazing, I'm so happy. Or it sounds almost like stock and it's pointless and should have gone a full system or should have gone something else. But let's see anyway. So we've got the slip-ons which have been installed. We've got the Sprint air filter which has been replaced from the stock unit, the paper filter. We've got the T800 plus up map, all tuned to suit everything. Everything's done. It says Racing Pro now on the dash. All I've got to do is switch it on, start her up so you guys can hear and tell me what you think. So let's go. That sounds pretty good, I think. It's definitely got a louder idle. Definitely when you give it some, it really roars now. It's not that sort of asthmatic sort of like puff that it had stock. That would be obviously due to the exhaust flapper, which is now removed, so there's no more valves keeping it, you know, quieter at low RPMs. Yeah, I think that sounds really good. I'd be happy with that. That's yeah. I mean, tell me what you guys think in the comments. So that's the Termi System, Sprint air filter T800. That's sort of what it goes like. I think the black really lends itself well with the Stealth. I know I've said it a million times, but it's the truth. Yeah, stand back, have a look. I think it looks great. So that's the yeah, that's the Termi System. So I did say that I was going to get the other Streetfighter that we've got, the project build, and we'll sort of do a bit of a sound off. So what I'll do is I'm going to bring it out and we will start this one up and then we'll start that one up and see if that one can make this one sound quieter or louder. I don't know. I'm going to see. I'm going to try it anyway. Yeah, just give me 5. We'll set up and we'll start them both up. All right. So on the right-hand side, we've got the Streetfighter V4S project build. Left-hand side, we've got the Dark Stealth that we've been playing with today for the client. We've put the slip-on system on the left, full system on the right. It's not really, and I'm going to get into shot, it's not really like a fair comparison. And I'm not trying to make like excuses here, but this has got the baffles put in. This has got the baffles taken out. That's because this is just too stupid on the streets, and I didn't believe the people that had them riding on the streets. They said, man, you're going to need earbuds, it's mental. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, I'm cool, I know what stuff sounds like. This is just insane. So I've put the baffles in to hopefully bring down the noise a bit. On idle, it sounds like a little sort of budgie, like chirping. It's got like a chirp to it. Hopefully it carbons up a bit because I haven't ridden it yet with the baffles in and sounds a little bit better, I think. Hopefully it will. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this one up, give it a rev, and then while this one's running, I'm going to start this one up. Or should I start? No, I'll start this one up, then I'll start that one up, and hopefully that's louder than this, vice versa. Anyway, I'm going to start a bike up. All right, so let's do this one first. Okay, so yeah, this one is louder, full system, the whole lot. I might look like I'm crying, I'm not. It's just all the fuel's got in my eyes. This is like, I think I'm gonna pass out from the CO2 emissions. That's why the doors are now opening because of the smell. Yes, so I think this looks good. This really suits it. Sounds really good compared to stock. This, I think, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might have to get rid of this exhaust and put something maybe like this onto that just to quieten it down a bit because it's a bit mental. So yeah, hopefully this gives you a bit of insight onto this system if you're looking at it for your own Streetfighter. I think black's where it's at, but even if you had a red one, I reckon black would still look cool on it. So yeah, so that's the go. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this episode. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, share, all that type of stuff. It's meant to help me somehow. I don't know how, but it shows you that I don't know what to say. Anyway, thank you so much. Take care, and we'll see you on the next episode. All right, thanks, guys. Ciao.